The first time Jimin appeared on the giant screen in America, something unbelievable happened. The music was still playing. The lights were still flashing. But for a split second, thousands of people forgot why they were there. They forgot to sing. They forgot to scream. Some even forgot to breathe. Because what they were seeing didn't feel real. One fan could be heard shouting through tears, "How is he this beautiful?" And honestly? That question echoed through every stadium BTS visited in the United States. From the thunderous nights in Tampa to the emotionally charged final shows in Stanford, one thing became impossible to ignore. Jimin wasn't just performing. He was mesmerizing an entire country. And by the end of the tour, even people who had never followed BTS before were saying the exact same thing. He is unbelievably handsome. No camera can capture how stunning he is. He looks like he stepped out of a dream. But what made America fall so deeply for Jimin wasn't just his face. It was the way his beauty seemed to come alive with every smile, every glance, every movement. And once you saw him in person, there was no turning back. The phenomenon started before Jimin even stepped on stage. Outside stadiums in Tampa and Stanford, fans gathered for hours, some days before the concerts. They traded photo cards, held handmade banners, and shared one recurring conversation. How am I going to survive seeing Jimin in real life? Those who had seen him before simply smiled. Because they knew. Photos don't prepare you. Videos don't prepare you. Even high-definition fancams don't prepare you. Nothing prepares you for the moment Jimin stands in front of you. There's something almost unreal about him. His features are delicate yet striking. His expressions shift in an instant. One moment he looks soft and angelic. The next, powerful and impossibly charismatic. And somehow, both sides feel equally natural. When BTS opened their Tampa concert, the crowd was electric. But the second the camera zoomed in on Jimin, the reaction changed. The screams intensified. Phones shook violently. Fans covered their mouths in disbelief. Some laughed nervously. Others burst into tears. Why? Because Jimin looked even more breathtaking than anyone expected. His skin seemed to glow under the lights. His eyes sparkled with warmth. And his movements were so fluid that he looked less like a performer and more like living art. Then came that smile. That soft, eye-crinkling smile that instantly melts every defense. The stadium erupted. And for many first-time concertgoers, that was the exact moment they understood the obsession. But Tampa was only the beginning. When BTS arrived in Stanford, anticipation reached another level. American Army had already seen countless clips from previous shows. They thought they were prepared. They were wrong. On the first night, Jimin stepped onto the stage and Stanford Stadium exploded. Fans screamed his name so loudly that the audio in many recordings distorted completely. Social media was flooded within minutes. Jimin is unreal. He's the most beautiful person I've ever seen. I forgot every lyric because I couldn't stop staring at him. And the comments weren't limited to ARMY. Casual observers, local media, and first-time attendees all echoed the same sentiment. Jimin's visuals were on another level. But what exactly makes Jimin so captivating? It's a question fans have tried to answer for years. Part of it is his symmetry. Part of it is his expressive eyes. Part of it is his graceful posture. But if you ask anyone who has seen him in person, they'll tell you the same thing. It's his aura. Jimin doesn't simply look beautiful. He radiates emotion. When he smiles, you feel warmth. When he performs, you feel intensity. When he makes eye contact with the crowd, you feel seen. That emotional resonance transforms his visuals into something unforgettable. And in America, people were experiencing that magic firsthand. During one Stanford performance, Jimin wore an outfit that instantly became iconic. The camera focused on him. He tilted his head slightly. His hair fell across his forehead. And the entire stadium screamed in unison. Fans clutched each other. Some dropped their phones. Others simply stared, unable to process what they were seeing. One viral comment summed it up perfectly. Jimin is proof that beauty can be overwhelming. That may sound dramatic, but anyone who has seen audience reactions knows it's true. There is a genuine sense of awe whenever Jimin appears. Even the BTS members seem amused by it. Jungkook often grins when the crowd erupts for Jimin.
Jin laughs at the intensity of the screams. They know exactly what is happening. They've seen it countless times. Jimin steps into view, and the world loses its mind. Yet the most powerful moments often happen when Jimin isn't trying to be dazzling. A quiet smile during a talk segment. A shy laugh after hearing the crowd cheer. A hand placed over his heart as he thanks ARMY. These small, sincere gestures reveal a gentleness that makes his beauty feel deeply human. And that combination, stunning visuals and genuine warmth, is irresistible. In Stanford, one particular moment perfectly captured this. Jimin stood at the edge of the stage as thousands chanted his name. He looked around, visibly touched. Then he smiled and bowed. Nothing extravagant, no dramatic pose, just a simple gesture of gratitude. And the crowd reacted as if they had witnessed something extraordinary. Because they had. True beauty isn't only about appearance. It's about the emotions someone inspires. And Jimin inspires wonder, comfort, and joy all at once. As clips from the US concert spread online, American fans shared heartfelt reactions. "I've never seen anyone so beautiful in real life. He looks even better than on camera. I couldn't stop crying. His energy is so gentle and magnetic. He's genuinely breathtaking." These weren't exaggerated fan comments. They were honest attempts to describe a feeling that words struggle to capture. Jimin's beauty feels almost cinematic, not because it is distant or untouchable, but because it is paired with vulnerability. He can command a stadium with superstar charisma. Then moments later, smile shyly as if he still can't believe how much he is loved. That humility makes him even more captivating. And perhaps that is why his impact extends far beyond ARMY. People who encounter Jimin for the first time often find themselves drawn in instantly. They notice his elegance, his sincerity, his emotional intelligence. They may arrive curious, but they leave deeply impressed. Throughout the American concerts, Jimin repeatedly proved that visuals alone are only part of the story. His performances were technically flawless. His voice was expressive and rich. His dance lines were graceful and precise. And every movement carried emotional intention. He wasn't just looking beautiful. He was creating art. That artistry elevated every glance and gesture into something memorable. By the final night in Stanford, the affection from fans had reached a peak. When Jimin appeared on the screen, the reaction was immediate and overwhelming. Tens of thousands screamed with unfiltered joy. And as he smiled and softly thanked ARMY, many fans found themselves crying. Not because he looked perfect, though he did, but because his beauty felt inseparable from his kindness. He looked like a dream, yet he made people feel at home. That rare combination is what makes Jimin unforgettable. In a world obsessed with appearances, Jimin reminds us that true beauty is emotional. It's the warmth in a smile, the sincerity in a bow, the tenderness in the way someone looks at the people who support them. And when those qualities shine through someone already visually stunning, the result is extraordinary. That is what America witnessed in Tampa and Stanford. Not just a handsome celebrity, but an artist whose inner and outer beauty feel perfectly aligned. So when fans called Jimin incredibly handsome and charming, they weren't simply complimenting his face. They were describing the entire experience of seeing him. The way he lights up a stage. The way he makes thousands feel personally connected. The way he turns admiration into genuine affection. And perhaps that is the real secret. Jimin's beauty doesn't create distance. It creates closeness. It invites people in. It comforts them. It inspires them. And long after the concert ends, that feeling remains. So let me ask you, what is it about Jimin that captivates you the most? His smile, his eyes, his elegance, or the warmth that shines through everything he does? Tell me in the comments. And if Jimin's unforgettable moments in America left you just as amazed, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more emotional BTS stories. Because some artists impress us, some inspire us, and some, like Jimin, leave us completely in awe.